Welcome to Cross Culture New Mexico. I'm your host, Mark Tross. Today we're continuing our discussion on the Feast of Tabernacles, or Sukkot, and the practical guide for believers in Messiah, or the Christ. Let me read out of Colossians chapter 2, verses 16 and 17 before we begin. Let no man therefore judge you in meat, or in drink, or in respect of any holy day, or any holiday, or of the new moon, or of the Sabbath day, which are a shadow of things to come. But the body is of Christ, or Messiah, who is Jesus, Yeshua, whose name means salvation. He came to dwell, or tabernacle, among us. And so we're going to cover some of the interesting prayers of the Feast of Tabernacles. In Hebrew first, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu leshev b'sukkah. Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who has set us apart by thy commandments and commanded us to dwell in the sukkah, or the tabernacle. Jesus talked about tearing down this temple and how he would rebuild it. You and I now are the temple, or the tabernacle of God, abiding in him, according to John 15. Another prayer is Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedishanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al niltalit laluv. Blessed art thou, O Lord our God, King of the universe, who has set us apart by thy commandments and commanded us to take up the lulav. Now what they would do is they would pray north, east, west, south, for all nations, all peoples, all tribes, all tongues. The tabernacle was set up that way, that the 12 tribes of Israel would camp around, holding up their banner or their standard for each tribe around the temple of God, or the tabernacle of God. So these were types and shadows of the things to come. We read throughout all of the feasts how Yeshua, Jesus, salvation himself, had dwelt among his disciples, his apostles, the sick, the dying, the lost, and how they would sing the Hallel, or the praise psalms, out of 113 to 118 in the book of Psalms, which is the Hebrew hymnal. And so I want to look at those today with you. And let's flip back to the book of Psalms, starting in Psalm 113. Praise ye the Lord. Praise, O ye servants of the Lord. Praise the name of the Lord. Blessed be the name of the Lord from this time forth and forevermore. From the rising of the sun and the going down of the same, the Lord's name is to be praised. The Lord is high above all nations, and his glory above the heavens. Who is like unto the Lord our God, who dwelleth on high, who humbleth himself to behold the things that are in heaven and in the earth? He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth the needy out of the dunghill, that he may set him with princes, even with the princes of his people. He maketh the barren woman to keep house, and to be a joyful mother of children. Praise ye the Lord. The Bible says that the Lord inhabits the praises of his people, that he is enthroned upon the praises of Israel. Psalm 114. When Israel went out of Egypt, the house of Jacob from a people of strange language, Judah was his sanctuary, and Israel his dominion. The sea saw and fled, Jordan was driven back. The mountains skipped like rams, and the little hills like lambs. What ailed thee, O thou sea, that thou fleddest, thou Jordan, that thou wast driven back? Ye mountains, that ye skipped like rams, and ye little hills like lambs. Tremble, thou earth, at the presence of the Lord, at the presence of the God of Jacob, which turned the rock into a standing water, the flint into a fountain of waters. Now, we talked last time, and the prayers were about sanctification. You have set us aside for your plan, for your purposes. And so the nation of Israel, the Feast of Tabernacles, Sukkot, was set up after they had come out of the world, out of Egypt, as we came from darkness to light in the light of the world. We have become the light of the world. The fact that the earth trembles at the presence of God. Worship, praise, it is all about the presence of God. Without the presence, without God dwelling with us, among us, in us, we are lost. And so the idea of when we read out of Isaiah, drinking from the well of Yeshua, the very depths of the water of God, it says, which turned the rock. Who is the rock? Jesus is the rock. Into standing water. And the flint, remember, Yeshua, Jesus set his face like a flint toward Jerusalem to pay the price of redemption for you and me. We'll talk more about Psalm 15, 115 through 118 next time. Be sure to join us online, crossculturenm.weebly.com, as well as email us at crossculturenm@gmail.com. And subscribe to this page, Cross Culture NM, on YouTube. Like and share our Facebook page, Cross Culture NM.